There we go.
All right, for this set, we're gonna do tricep pull
Get the
downs.
fuck out of here. Oh my goodness. All right, so for this set, oh my god. Now, so, same logic with normal fucking push downs. Now, I will say for me, my strength's endurance definitely just plummets when I start cutting. Like, I'm trying to start off with, well, this isn't even a really good gauge because, like, this is going to be a 20 rep set. Like with chest, for example, in the last chest day, just a few fucking days with, like, 100, 200 grams of carbs per day. That 2,500 calories. My fucking strength plummeted. Like, still 315 for, like, what was the first set? Maybe 15 or so? But then 2 sets later, I could only get 8. So, I still expect to be similar strength for, like, the first set. But afterwards, it doesn't really bother me that I'm going to have to go a bit lighter, purely due to the fact that my muscles don't have so much, they're not so packed with glycogen from all the Krispy Kreme or the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm trying to get lean. So, whatever. So basic idea, start off with push downs. Try to squeeze it too. All right, let's do a couple more. Okay. Let's use some different handles. All right, so these handles, it's just a different way to do it. And honestly, I kind of like these more than the rope. Just something about the squeeze at the bottom with the rope. Like, I like it, but, well, let's say this. Right now, I'd rather use these handles rather than the rope. Not hating on the rope, but let's throw this around. I took the plate off, so now just a stack. Holy fuck, all right, I gotta get hyped up. Let's go do some machine dips. With these, basic idea is I'm going to do at least one really heavy set, and then maybe do another one if I feel like it. But once I've had enough of doing these sets where, I'm just pushing as much weight as possible and just fucking, putting as much tension on my triceps as possible, then I'll drop the weight by not half, but probably 2/3 or so, and do a set where instead of just trying to move around a ton of weight, I'm a little more methodical with it, really squeeze and burn. Yeah, man. Okay, let's lighten it up. Okay. That felt pretty good. On that set, I changed the distance of the handles. So before I was doing it that wide, and that time I did them a little closer. I'm not sure if it felt better or worse, but it did feel different. So let's do some single arm shit now, I think. Now this is, in all honesty, probably the best example of a movement that I do for triceps where the real goal is just the squeeze, not so much the weight at all. I mean, what was I doing for the normal pushdowns as the opener? The whole stack and then a 45-pound plate slapped on the side. You know, now I'm only doing 17 pounds. I guess that's per arm or whatever. But the whole point is not like, oh fuck, there's a lot of weight. It's as I get to the fucking extended part of the rep, just and then back down. So sure, once I do like, I don't know, maybe 10 reps where I really squeeze it and get full extension, I'll just get so like weak that I won't even be able to get that far. And then I'll finish the set with forced reps, but you should always, you got to get some forced reps in there too. Like I've said this before, but I think it warrants mentioning again. Like, sure, you can reach failure on bench or squat, because that kind of failure is like, I'm talking about like barbell bench and barbell squat, because that type of failure is abrupt. You're not really going to be able to get partials out on a set of squats, right? You're going to reach a point where you know, okay, this bar is going to go down for sure. Whether or not it's going to come back up, God knows. But with movements where you can do partials, which most, like what you'd say conventionally, like bodybuilding movements, or I guess if you're a power lifter, you'd call this whole workout accessory type movements. But a lot of them, you can get some fucking partials out, pull downs. I'm not going to end a set just because I like can't get the bar down to like my chin. I know I've still got shit left in the tank. Same thing with pec flies. I'm not just going to end the set once I can't touch my hands together. That's not fucking failure. You got more shit to, you know, pump out with partials. So same idea here, if you catch my drift. Okay. Let's I don't know if I can know what I want to finish with. Honestly, I could do a set of anything right now for triceps and I'd be satisfied. I got a drink of water and then think about it. Set of push downs with the rope will be perfect. And again, end of the lift, it's really trying to just squeeze the fuck out of the triceps. Don't need much weight. Honestly, so at the end of the lift, when I'm really trying to squeeze, too much weight will kind of just get in the way. Like in the beginning when I'm strong, I want to move around as much weight as possible. But towards the end of the lift, I'm trying to do movements, you know, with attachments and equipment, as well as, you know, specific amounts of weight where I can actually squeeze hard. For me, if I go too heavy on the rope, it just becomes a power movement because I can't get to this full extension of the bottom and like get that momentary flex in between every rep. So let's just do this one and then move on to curls. Yeesh. Fuck the rope. I don't really like that much. It was a good set, but I mean, if I had more volume left for triceps, I would not do another one. But as a finisher, it seemed to serve its purpose. My triceps feel fucking pumped as all hell. They should look pretty freaky too, but let's get fucking buys started with, I think, just standing dumbbell curls. You know, I'd say brief but effective warm-up of curling the 30s, the 50s, the 60s, and then 1 rep with the 70s each. I think the 70s will be a good set. Oh god. Okay. Wait. One more at the 70s. Oh my god. All right. One more at the 70s. Come on. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's enough of that, I think. Let's do some easy. Let's change this shit up. Let's do some easy bar preachers. I, I think I've been missing out on a lift just because I've been a hater. For whatever reason, I had the idea in my mind that I didn't like easy bar preacher curls. I think I must have just been doing it with a weird bar, maybe a weird preacher bench before. Because I just tried to set with, well, not a set, but like a rep with 225s on either side. That was too heavy, so I dropped it down to a 25 and a 10. But for preachers, I mean, I'm not trying to go crazy with the weight. This is definitely going to be, in the opposite fashion of those dumbbell curls, which were just, move around as much weight as possible. Here, I'm just trying to squeeze as hard as possible at the top. Go back down, stretch out the muscle, squeeze as hard as possible. You know what I'm saying? So I might sit here for a little while. I'll see how the first set feels. Okay. With this movement, there's definitely kind of some abrupt failure, because you can't really do any cheating reps because your whole body is like stationary. With the dumbbell curls, if I were completely strict, zero rocking around, I probably would have only gotten maybe 6 reps with those 70s. And here, if I was standing up doing these curls, I'd probably have just gotten like 25. So, I mean, it's just I like doing all sorts of sets. Some that swing, some that are super super constrained. But on all of them, I'm trying to fucking go as hard as possible. I'm not saying I go as hard as possible on every fucking set. Then I'd be the perfect lifter, but that's the goal. Okay. I'll tell you this, it's hard not to go, well, it's hard not to go hard when you're listening to the, well, technically the season 3 opening song of Baki. You know, a lot of people think that's season 1 because it's the first season on Netflix. There's 50 more episodes that happen before that. You gotta watch that shit first. Oh, that was a good one. All right. I think that's my cue to be done here. Whoa, I gotta count how many sets I've done so far for buys. I don't even remember. That's one thing that's nice. I don't have to keep track. I just get to look at the clips. But let's do something else. This felt sick. Biceps are going crazy right now. I mean, I've made 2 exercise selections, and both of them have been fucking bangers. Like, the sets of dumbbell curls felt super sweet. And even though I was really trying to just push the weight, I was still getting a momentary squeeze on top. Those fucking easy bar preachers, I have not done those for a while, so not only am I getting like a different stimulus than I usually do, but just burning out on them. I can already tell I'm like approaching fully pumped. Like there's no touching my fucking shoulders with my fingers right now, when that's typically a good sign. So let's move on to another staple movement I know I'm gonna like. Just a set of these fucking seated curls. One more. All right. The 35s are gonna do me good. So with these curls, I'm not gonna do it in a conventional manner, right? Where I'm like, you know, curling right up here in front of me. Like this. I'm definitely not gonna do hammer curls either. I think if your forearms, like this upper part of your forearm is big enough, it doesn't need direct work. Honestly, if it gets too big, this can really make your forearm look a little funky. If you're the type to have to worry about getting too big. But so main goal, I'm trying to squeeze the fuck in my biceps. And this set is not about the weight, it's just about the squeeze. So I like doing these. Honestly, these were like a go-to finisher for a long time. I just kind of stopped doing them for no reason, I don't know. But instead of just doing a curl up here in front of you, what I'll do is I'll take the dumbbells and kind of put them right here on my quads, and one at a time, curl up this way, sort of towards my pec. And then I'm not trying to have the dumbbell like in a hammer curl motion. I'm trying to like twist my arm as far this way as possible and kind of go this way. I see a bunch of clips of Tristan Lee doing curls like this. But let's hit it. Okay. That is a freaking enough. Let's go check the pump. Okay. Fucking, I wanted to go in the other yoga room, but the, like the safety light, you know, the one where it's just the one fucking light in the corner that's on, it's burned out. So, no insane lighting for me. I'll see how this looks. If this lighting looks like shit, I'll go in the other corner and turn the lights on. But let's see what we're working with arm pump wise. I can already tell just in like a baseline state, like I don't have as much fucking food in my stomach, which is kind of, that's one thing I do like about cutting. Just feeling a little bit more slim, a little bit more limber. I will admit I may have lost a little bit of the pump. Had to do a little bit of an emergency bathroom break. So let's see how we're looking. Oof. Let's hit a front lat spread, then we can fucking get out of here. Oof. All right, let me check the clip, see if the lighting was good. So I'll either go to the car or go over there to the side. Yeah, what am I talking about? That's some fucking badass lighting. You know, I think there's a point where, you know, pursuing perfect lighting is like you're just kind of compensating. But, you know, who doesn't want to fucking pose in some good lighting, right? Ideally, these windows would be totally blacked out and I just have one spotlight on top of me. So every muscle fiber on my body, yeah, would just pop out of nowhere. But, you know, you get what I'm saying. I do, dude, an arm pump with everything else unpumped. Dude, I just feel so, oof. Dude, fuck yeah. Who doesn't love having some big arms? I'm gonna hit one more lat spread. That was pretty freaky. And I'm gonna blow all the fucking air possible out of my lungs so I can hit the deepest vacuum I can.